All right, dude. I'm just nervous about technical. I want like the technical.
We can make this 2.75.
All right, Kelly. We're live.
We're live.
Welcome to episode 2.5.
2.5.
Of Generational Gap.
Why is it 2.5?
Why is it 2.5, you may say? Well, you might see all this extra equipment that we have today.
We are getting teched up in here.
We are getting teched up. After episode 1, we got a bunch of equipment. Kelly financed the whole show. Kelly's the beneficiary of Generational Gap. I'm the technical lead.
I'm the money behind the talent.
Yeah. You're like the who's that guy that they hate? The Democrat?
Which one? There's a bunch of them. How much time do we got?
Who's the guy who's supposed to like run the world?
Oh, George Soros.
You're the George Soros of the Generational Gap, Kelly.
Okay.
You run the behind the scenes and finance everything.
Can I be like the Koch brothers instead? Do you know who they are?
Yes, I know who the Koch brothers. I always thought they ran Coca-Cola.
No,
but
Kochh.
Oh, the whole thing's a worm. So we had yesterday. Today's Sunday, September 19th, and this is episode 2.5 because we got this new equipment and we set it up and we got it working.
Kids on Christmas morning
with access to alcohol.
Let's just say when we started this yesterday, there was a bottle and a half of Deep Eddy's grapefruit vodka.
So the drink of the day for me was Moscow Mules, and the drink of the day for Kelly was vodka. And I didn't realize that till like 2/3 into the video
that I was drunk.
That you were drinking straight vodka and I was drinking Mules. I mean, I was definitely feeling good, but I was like, looked over and I was like, oh, he's filling that glass straight up.
And
with
Kelly
vodka.
had not. What did he do? It's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I had not eaten.
No way. We started at noon. I think we started like maybe 1 or 2.
I just put myself in the third person too. By the way,
that's Kelly Carter feels.
Yeah, but yeah, I hadn't eaten anything all day.
That was not good.
And
it was fun. I had a blast.
Oh, I had a blast. We were prank calling people.
I think we need to do that every once in a while, maybe for like a 10th episode, 50th episode, 100, you know what I mean? Like mile markers where we just kind of let loose because it was fun, but we were talking for an hour and a half before we even got to our first topic.
We had a Joe Rogan 3-hour podcast yesterday.
And it was terrible. And then also there was a lot of technical issues with just setting up this new equipment and everything. Yeah. Just after listening back to it, it just did not sound good. So
it will be on our greatest hits compilation.
It will be released to maybe subscribers later on. You know what I mean?
But it's funny.
It's funny. I had a good time.
I had a great time.
We were prank calling people. We called our soon to be producer or technical monkey
Chance.
Chance. We called Chance.
Got to play his intro music.
So we maybe okay. We got the new soundboard that controls all the audio and everything, and it has the ability for drops. So we just started going wild with it. Like,
come on, man.
We got our Lord and Savior Joe Biden. We've got the air horn.
So shiny.
We got a lot of Trump ones.
Small potatoes.
So this is Chance's intro music.
This is our buddy Chance, who we talked about yesterday, country boy. So we decided to give him that intro. And we also had Juan. Juan is one of our best friends. He's a Mexican.
He's in the Marine Corps right now.
So we gave him a call yesterday, and we gave him an intro song as well.
He loved it, too.
He loved it. He was crying, laughing on the phone. Yeah, so that was really funny to have those drops and play that for them. They got a kick out of it for sure. Yesterday was just fun. We were just testing it out, and with the new equipment, it's been so much better too. I mean,
we'll release at some point.
At some point they'll be able to see it. So,
but to the drink of the day,
right? Yes,
is water for me.
And I'm just going with just some beers. Got a Cigar City High Life IPA. It's a fantastic beer for all of you beer drinkers out there. Do you want to do the same toast?
I do the same toast since nobody else really heard it.
Okay.
Of course, I'm drinking water, but the toast of the day is we're drinking to nipples.
Why?
Because without them, boobs would be pointless.
Classic.
When I told you that yesterday, it took you a second to figure it out.
Yes, definitely. Yesterday, I was like, I thought we were just toasting to boobs or whatever, and I was like, oh, because I mean, we'd already been drinking before that. And then I was like,
boobs would be the whole thing's a worm.
I got what you're saying.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
So
What are you bringing to me today?
What do we got? What do we got? I don't know if I'm going to talk about the same stuff that I was talking about yesterday, but
Do you have mine on there?
I have all your stuff.
The they them. Do you see that note?
You want to go straight into some they them stuff?
Well, I think this is very appropriate because you're a new father,
Okay, hold on.
and this is your future.
I don't know where you're they them. Is it TikTok rant of the week?
No,
Racist cartoon from the 80s?
that one's
Haunted
class-
Apartment?
That one's
These
class-
are Kelly's.
are
These
my-
are all of Kelly's talking points. Fuck Joe Biden, newsroom rant, TikTok, they them video. Here we go.
There it
Okay,
is.
so you want to watch this one first?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna test out our special skills, being able to watch.
I want you to see
Time
this.
frames, but her effort to document.
Sorry.
You're gonna love this.
Okay, hold
this
on.
is your future.
Let me just make sure that I can get this up and running.
Dead air.
Yeah, there's a. Keep talking, Kelly.
Oh. All right. So this is a video.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got it all
No,
hooked
just
up?
keep talking.
Okay. About a guy, and his son comes in, and his dad sees him hugging his first girlfriend outside, like giving him a little hug.
There we are.
And the boy walks in.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so
I've already seen it.
okay,
So
you'll be able to hear it. I can watch it.
okay.
Ooh, she's cute.
Yeah, they are.
They? Is there another one out there?
Not just them.
Wait, how many people are you dating?
One.
She's the one.
They's the one.
Who?
Sarah.
Sarah. She's the one I just saw.
They are, yeah.
They? Are you messing with me right now?
No, but you said she.
I see what's going on
know.
here. I got it.
Who's
They?
on first?
You said it was just
Who's
one.
on first?
They
What's
are
on
one person.
second?
Sarah. Her name's Sarah.
Their name is Sarah.
Oh my God. This is like who's on first?
So you.
He's on second.
Who?
He's on first.
What?
No, he's on second. Just this girl.
This is
Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
funny. Okay.
That is your future.
That is my future, and I know it's coming, dude. I know. I've already had this conversation with Madison, and this is maybe not something I want to get too into at the moment, but you know, I've had to come to terms like I'm gonna have to deal with like what is gonna happen if my son's like saying he's they them or he's whatever or he's dating somebody with
private school.
No, that's dude. Trust me, it's all over. I don't know what
I'm
I'm
a
gonna
product
do
of
about it,
private
but
school. What are you talking about?
I think I'm gonna be just open to it and just be like, you know what, dude, this is just whatever.
You know what?
I won't obviously like my one thing is I want him to be happy. You know what I mean? I want him to be happy, and so, however I feel about convoluted concepts like they them and however I feel personally about that. I'm not going to be a dick to him. I mean, look at Masson's, siblings and stuff like, I saw Gage wearing makeup, right? And I'm like, just let him do his thing. You know what I mean? He wants to wear some makeup, let us do his thing. And yeah, exactly. Like if Carter's my son Carter, if Carter is a they them or he's hanging out with they thems or he's, dating they thems, I'm just be like, whatever, dude. Do your thing.
Just
I'm
get
not gonna say
through it.
shit.
Just get
I'm
through
gonna
it.
be positive about it. I'm obviously gonna be like, hey man, do your thing. But and if it's a phase, then it'll be a phase and he'll grow out of it. If it's not a phase and it's something he carries on with for the rest of his life, then that's just something he carries on with. I mean, it's just their generation thinking about, gender and stuff in different ways. I don't know. It doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? As long as it doesn't affect him and his physical health.
Grandpa's not going to put up with it.
I know you're not. Well, he won't be coming around seeing Grandpa a whole lot at that time in his life, I don't think.
I won't be his buddy then.
No, you will not be as funny. You'll be, you say buddy?
Buddy.
Yeah.
We're going to be buddies. We're going to be best friends.
Yeah, you guys are going to be buddies, but I don't think you're going to be as jokey around with it
No.
if that was to happen.
So anyways, there's my first point. Just to kick it off, what do you got for me?
I don't know. What do I have? So I wanted to talk a little bit about the the different technologies, because I love technology. Obviously, I convinced you to buy all these fancy toys. I think you now love technology.
I appreciate technology, and I mean, I'm my generation. We grew up older, so I was born in '72. I mean, I remember I took a freshman year in high school, so that was '86. I took a DOS computer class in high school.
That's awesome.
With the old dot matrix printers.
Yeah.
We got the big paper. It's like 1,000 feet long, but you type for 3 hours typing things in just for it to beep.
So this is what I want to talk. I wanted to just kind of like mention, what is the technologies that were in the world when you got here, when you were born, like what was technologies that you were just born with that were already here that were like groundbreaking?
We had just gone to the moon a couple years before.
Okay, so space, like.
Now, are we talking
spaceships.
like my early childhood or like
I'm talking
the
about
80s?
like technology that has been integrated into the world when you were born and like you got basically right when you were a kid.
I can remember the first big thing I remember seeing was the Sony Walkman.
I have that on the list. So the Sony Walkman is something that you got like very early on.
Because I had a boombox too.
A boombox.
Everybody
right?
had boomboxes. And then you could
like cassette tapes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No CDs, right?
No, the first tape I ever bought was 83 or 84. It was U2 Joshua Tree.
That's his favorite album
And it's
in the
still
world.
my
Kelly,
favorite album to this day.
That is his favorite album of all time.
But
What's your favorite song of all time?
Of all time? I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Every rose
That's
has
a good
its
one.
thorn.
They're great lyrics.
He says, it's the greatest lyrics of all time. I feel like you cry
I'm
every
saying
time
it
that
more
song comes.
facetiously. I mean, Kid Rock is a national treasure. Carter hates Kid Rock.
Kid Rock is trash, dude.
I love Kid Rock.
Do you see he went to Sturgis, right?
Yeah.
The motorcycle thing, I believe. I believe this was him.
That is the motorcycle thing. Yeah.
No, I believe that it is Kid Rock who did this. He went to Sturgis and performed at Sturgis, and then like his whole band got COVID, and he went on like the record with like a reporter being like, "Fuck this is terrible." It's like, dude, you went to Sturgis. You're Kid Rock. You went to Sturgis and you probably partied. You probably went out to bars, and then your people get COVID, and you're gonna complain about it. Like
now he's got natural immunity. So
well, now he's a little bit stronger. Huh.
yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
What doesn't kill you mutates and learns how to kill you faster. I think is what we've learned, and
at least in California it does.
that's what they believe in different places.
Yeah.
I don't know. The different variants, they're not as deadly, right?
So and by no means I'm a scientist, but everything I've heard, every variant
Is going to get weaker.
it gets weaker.
Because if you think about it, a virus isn't trying to die.
No, it's trying.
The virus isn't trying to kill its host because then the virus would die.
Yeah.
The virus wants to be able to get accepted by the host and survive so then it can push out and go to other organisms and things. So, I mean, first off, that's terrible. We still don't want that because if COVID was to jump to like dogs or something or like cows and like kill all the cows, we'd be fucked on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Yes. But yeah, that's what what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you mutates and gets weaker. And you know what I mean? And I feel like the media is like, oh, it's so strong, blah, blah. Anyways.
That's the whole thing for me with this COVID thing. I mean, is COVID real? COVID's a real thing. I absolutely, everybody knows that.
But the degree to which it's
the misinformation on it.
I just can't tell what's real.
You don't know.
I can't
CDC
tell,
says one thing, then they say something else the next
And I
day.
see reports, and this is actually, we'll go back to a talking point that I had yesterday about that. But so fuck COVID.
So
Let's get back to what I was talking
Okay,
about.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
'Cause I don't want to dive into a COVID
get
rant.
you.
Neither of us know what we're talking about.
Absolutely,
honestly.
we don't.
You know what I mean?
Do
Like,
not take medical advice
Yeah,
from
please.
us.
This is not a medical lecture. We do not. We don't know shit. I know that a bottle and a half vodka kills COVID. I think
It kills a lot of things.
when remember when the lockdown was happening and we weren't talking to you because you had just gone on a cruise like right when the world locked down.
I
And
was
then
in Haiti when the world shut down.
the first time we got back together, remember how we all got super drunk on Fireball and stuff that night? We were just getting
Over at Karis?
over at Kara's. We just got lit.
Yeah.
But anyways, that will calm your COVID fears really fast. Is have a couple drinks. Anyway, so the Walkman.
Then
Like
they came out with
the car was obviously established, right? The car is a huge part of American culture by the time you're born. Live TV, right? How many channels?
I remember, as a kid, I remember we talked about this episode 1. There's like 3 channels. And then, and I guess when I'm mid 80s,
Right.
like TBS and CNN,
Right, some new networks.
cable channels started.
Right.
But I
Well,
remember
when you started,
HBO
it was just like 3 channels, right?
Oh yeah, it was ABC, NBC, and CBS.
Right.
And that was it.
So that's crazy. Like that was groundbreaking. 3 channels on your TV. You're watching TV with 3 options to watch on this freaking, light box, whatever you want to,
Yeah.
That's something that's in there. Planes, obviously. I don't know. This was just
Planes
something.
haven't really changed.
No, I'm saying like this was just stuff that was already integrated into society
Okay.
by the time you were about, right? So I was just thinking about this because CJ, you're going to see, CJ's going to grow up in a completely different
Oh,
world.
yeah.
So if we go to my generation, some things that I really wanted to point out was like cell phones were already being pretty much integrated in 1996. Like a lot of people were starting to get cell phones, right? Like by then, 1996 to 2000, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say mid 90s. I mean,
So
92,
1996.
93 is like I think when it really like you see the stockbroker in New York with the
With
brick
the phone,
phone,
right.
in the backpack.
So I'm
the
saying
battery
like
bit.
those are that was being integrated into Gen Pop, right? Is
Yeah.
all I'm saying is like these technologies aren't NASA, the space rocket and stuff you were talking about. Like the first thing you said, well, we went to the moon, but that wasn't integrated into Gen Pop. To last Wednesday, space flight was integrated into Gen Pop with what SpaceX did.
Oh, they put normal dudes up.
They put 4 normal people, just regular people in space. None of them were scientists. None of them had college degrees for like engineering or anything. That
Were they pushing buttons or are they just like a Disneyland ride?
they sit there like a Disneyland
Like
ride.
a Disneyland
But
ride.
what's crazy about that is like, actually, we'll get to that when I talked about CJ. So for my generation, I said cell phones, video games started to come out. Like I remember like the PlayStation 1, the N64, GameCube started to come out. So video games really kind of started to take hold.
Yeah.
Opposed to like arcade games. It became like the personal console.
I remember Donkey Kong at the arcade, man.
Right.
Per quarter.
So besides like arcade games, we're talking about like personal computers. You start plugging in these different cards and getting games, right? Personal computers was a thing, right? I mean, so
Yeah, in the 80s.
In the 80s.
My brother got a Commodore 64.
right.
We
So
played Oregon Trail on it.
by the time I came about, the computer was pretty integrated into the workforce. The personal computer, not like the big machine processing data or whatever for companies, but like
Yeah.
the accountant has a computer and the accountant is using that computer. You know what I mean? I've seen it on Friends, so I know that it was.
So here's a funny story to go along with that. When I was getting out of the Marine Corps back in 96, I had to go up to, it's called S1, it's where you get your orders and stuff. And
Yep.
they faxed something from Washington, D.C. or somewhere to my command for me. I'm like, what is this witchcraft?
Okay, so I had that.
Like,
I had that
what's
on
a
your
fax?
list. I had that on your list of technologies, and I was like, I
What
didn't
is
know when the
this?
fax machine came out. But so the fax was interesting to
Like,
you. You were like, whoa, you sent a paper through
It was
the world?
witchcraft. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how it works, right? You put a paper in, it scans
It's so
it,
funny. It's so obsolete now.
and you scan the piece of paper, and it just sends the data to the other fax
And it
machine
comes out like a
through
copier.
the phone line,
Through the
right?
phone lines,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so that's
It's so
crazy.
funny. You have no idea.
I've never used one. I've never seen one.
We have one at my office. I don't know why. We've never gotten a fax in probably 10 years on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Never seen one work. So I had that on your list about fax machines. Like, whoa,
It was witchcraft.
okay. So for both of us, and obviously these lists aren't complete. Like they were definitely working on crazy semiconductors and like all these different technologies and stuff that just aren't as popular to talk about. I'm just going to quickly go over the list and we can go back and talk about a couple different ones. These are the technologies that are already integrated into society for my 8-week-old son. Okay.
right.
VR headsets, 3D printers, server robots, Roombas, smartphones, cloud computing, self-driving cars, applications, social media networks, education through YouTube, streaming services, video chat, Amazon everything,
Yeah.
5G, and health devices like the Owlet Smart Sock that my son has. Dude, the amount of shit that he's going to grow up with, it's going to be a completely different world. I was at breakfast this morning and there was a server robot. It was literally a Roomba, multiple levels, and they put the food on there and it came to my table and it was like, "Hello, your food is here." And I was like, "What the like literally when
That's
I walked in
awesome.
when I walked in the restaurant, I was actually like kind of taken back and like this weird monkey aggression like triggered me. Like I saw it and I was like, "Fuck that robot." Like the second I saw it, I don't know, I was like
do you
afraid
think
of it.
the restaurant, I know which restaurant you're talking about, it's on the square.
Yeah.
Do you think they did that because they can't hire people?
No,
Or they don't have to pay people now?
They definitely have. I don't know if they're trying to make anything obsolete. I think it's more of trying to make it more efficient. Just because I've worked in restaurants before, and when you're really busy and all your servers are like doing stuff, the people in the kitchen put the food on the top tray and they ring the bell and they say, hey, some server come take the food. But now the robot's just sitting there. They literally put the food right when it's done on the robot and it drives to your table. So the servers are still doing stuff, but I could definitely see that robot getting an upgrade and just coming to my table and going, hi, what would you like? And just like Siri, you know, or like Amazon Echo, just being able to talk to it.
Punching your stuff.
No,
and
just
off you
talk
go.
to it. You don't even have to touch it. You can just say, I would like the, you know, the scrambled eggs with bacon. And it would go, okay, scrambled eggs with bacon. You'd say yes. And then 10 minutes later, it would come out with the food.
I think the most efficient food delivery is the sushi thing with the train. And I don't
That
eat
is pretty
sushi.
awesome.
I've just seen it.
Yeah, they have those all over the place. I think Kura, it's called Kura. It's so much fun.
More restaurants should do that.
That's really dangerous though.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sushi just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. And I mean, and the plate's only like $2.50. But you only get like 4 pieces or whatever. But you go with someone like me who just mows down sushi like no other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's $2.50. Oh, it's $2.50. Oh, it's $2.50. And then that's how you pay. Like your
plates,
plates
right?
are like coins. You put them in basically like a coin reader. And it's like, oh, 1 plate, 2 plate, 3. And it just counts up. And then all of a sudden you have like a $90 tab on $2.50 plates of sushi.
A lot of sushi.
Yeah, I go to town on sushi. So just the amount of stuff that CJ is going to be exposed to, and then I didn't even write down like space travel, but that's going to be whether it's traveling to the moon or traveling to Mars, or just using a rocket to go out of orbit and then go to Australia in 20 minutes. Because you could fly to Australia in less than 20 minutes. By doing
absolutely.
that. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the main form of it. And then also he will have the opportunity to go to the moon if we build a base. You know what I mean? If we build like structures out there.
I mean, you can look back even like my grandparents or my great-grandparents. I mean, just look at my grandparents, born in the 30s, early 30s. What has changed in their time? And actually think about their parents. Like, say you were born in 1890. And you die in 1960, so you're 70, right?
By when you go to the moon, right?
Yeah. You went from covered wagons, no combustible engines, to now we're launching things into the moon.
Well, and it was all because of war.
Yeah.
It was all because of war, dude. World War I and II. At the beginning of World War I, the forces were still using horse-drawn carriages and like cows and things to pull equipment. And by the time they were done, they had cars and
They've
trucks.
got the airplanes from World War I to World War II.
Oh my gosh, I know.
The old biplanes, like the red.
And think about the integration of when was the plane first made?
It's funny, I've seen it. It's in Washington, D.C., the Wright brothers. I want to say it's pretty cool if you ever go.
When was it made?
1909?
1911, it says. I'm just reading the first thing that popped up.
At the Wright brothers?
Or maybe December 1903 this is from NASA, who invented it. I don't know. Anywhere in that early 19th century. And then look at how long it took for it to get integrated into
war.
Into war, or just into Gen Pop. You know what I mean?
Can I drop bombs from this thing?
Wait, so we can go above our enemy and just drop bombs? Okay, yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? Technology is driven by war, right?
Oh, absolutely.
War is the quickest drive, because when you want to destroy your enemy
and to get out of a recession.
Yeah, well, I showed, right? I mean, you want to talk about the military-industrial complex?
That's a whole nother.
We don't have time.
That's a whole nother podcast.
But remember, we talked about it a little bit, and then I remember you came to me a couple weeks later, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm kind of starting to understand.
Oh yeah,
giving Afghans $500 billion worth of equipment.
Why? So we can spend. Anyways, that's a whole nother podcast. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
All right, so I got one topic down.
All right,
what do you got, Kelly?
Which one you want to bring? What do you just?
Okay, I'll just
I got, and we'll go.
Okay.
We don't have to do the haunted house.
No, we already watched. The haunted house one was stupid, by the way.
You didn't watch all 3 of them, is why.
I did. We watched all 3 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were too drunk to remember. We watched
that.
all 3, and I was like, this is stupid.
Oh, really? Okay, we're gonna watch it today. You're gonna watch it when this is over. We're gonna watch it, and you're gonna be like, "Holy crap!"
Okay, let's watch it right now.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got to get through all 3 of them, though. It's a little long.
Yeah, they're kind of long. Let's
go on.
What is fuck Joe Biden?
Okay. So I don't know if you've seen this or not. This has been going on for a couple weeks. Chants at football games. And
Chants or chants?
Like people are chanting,
I
"Fuck
see.
Joe
I see what's
Biden."
going on here. Okay.
And they're like primarily all down in the South in the SEC games. But I saw one this morning from a Luke Bryan concert.
Oh my gosh! All right, so
Like the whole crowd just starts chanting.
I'm gonna play it right now. This is crazy.
And it's like,
That's like the whole stadium.
there's a bunch of them. It's really caught on now.
That is like the whole stadium.
It's like caught on, like, it's kind of the cool thing, or cool, but funny thing to do
It's
now.
the cool thing to do is to
Yeah.
Well,
But-
you know what? I mean, honestly, they were screaming "Not my president, fuck this guy" all day long. So when you set those precedents, when you set like the precedents of "Not my president," that was the whole thing throughout the Trump. Well, he's not my president.
I don't think there were 70,000 people at a football game chanting that.
Yeah, but it's
But
yeah, right, yeah.
not at least in the SEC schools.
Yeah, maybe at
Berkeley or
Portland State University.
Portland State.
Shout out to my homies at Portland State University. I hate that.
You hate what?
I hate it. I hate the.
I
hate it.
I'm by no means a Joe Biden guy.
I hate the not
but
my
that's just
president.
not
I hate the
respectful.
fuck Joe Biden thing. Like, I think we talked about this last time a little bit, and just shut up. There's no point. I mean, let's just not talk about our politics.
That's how it used to be.
And then let's just go get a beer. Let's just hang out. Let's be friends and move on. There shouldn't be such disdain for another person for the president, or because you like the president or don't like the president. Like, so I think that, is it fighting fire with fire? Like, and I feel like that doesn't do anything good. It just puts us into a bad cycle because one of them started this, not my president, fuck this guy, Trump sucks. There's whole songs of like, fuck Trump.
Oh, there's songs.
And I know there's songs about fuck Joe
too.
Biden as well, but obviously I haven't really, listened to him, but I just think that that's not the way that you solve the problem. And I hate,
By no means.
And I feel, again, mob mentality. You're at a football game with 70,000 people and everyone's screaming "fuck Joe Biden."
If you want to cure
It's
that,
kind of weird if you're the one guy being like, "Oh,
If you wanna
kinda
cure-
like Joe Biden. He's kind of I like what he did in Afghanistan."
yeah, he did great things. If you want to cure that, the best thing you got to do is just turn off the mainstream news. I don't care if it's CNN.
That's
I don't
exactly
care
what
if
you
it's
need to
Fox.
do. No, you need to turn it all off. Not even
And
that,
just-
because you found that on TikTok.
Well, see, so here, full disclosure. So I'll find things on TikTok or that, like, not even
Just anything.
just anything.
Yeah.
Technology, even.
Yeah.
And I'll forward that over to you and be like, "What do you think about this?" Carter researches things for me.
Yeah, I'm his tech guy. Oh,
and
yeah.
you come back and you're like, "Oh, that's complete BS."
And what's
I'm like, okay,
what's
cool.
awesome is you just say, okay, you
okay.
don't like, not that I'm the all knowing or whatever, but if you find something and you say, look at this, and I'll send you, we've had deep text conversations a lot about that. And I'm like, no, like, I don't think this is right. I think this is like skewed or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like,
So nowadays you can't even, the fact checkers, you can't even trust them.
no,
because they're skewed too.
No. The fact checker whole system is just completely absurd in my opinion. Just watching people, you know what I mean? Look, the whole, you couldn't talk about the COVID was made in a lab. Can't talk about that. And now it's mainstream news. And back then, all those people that were talking about that, they were getting canceled. They were getting shut down. They were getting
Facebook is the problem.
not just Facebook. YouTube was doing the same
YouTube,
thing.
same
Shout
thing.
out to YouTube. This is where this will be posted. Please don't pull down our video. We love you.
Oh, we got about it. Oh,
Yeah, bow
this is
down.
where we
Yeah.
kiss the ring.
Yeah, you kiss the YouTube
Oh, okay.
ring.
All
We
right.
should have like a fist like come into the window. And, but yeah, I don't like that. There's this the whole fact checking thing is very one sided, and you can see it because
The worst is Twitter.
not even just the fact checking, just the canceling, right? Not the canceling, but like from the corporate level, from the YouTube and the Twitter level, the videos that they deem aren't on their community guidelines compared to like other things. I've seen very hateful videos, but they have a left leaning tinge to them, and people applaud those videos. People love those videos. And they get circulated around Twitter and on TikTok and on YouTube. But if it was a hateful video from a right, not saying that any hateful video should be brought up. I just think the playing field should be level. You know what I mean? If
Explain
it's
to me how-
misinformation, like
Yeah.
First off, you need to be able to prove that's misinformation, because you were saying the amount of times YouTube and Facebook and all these companies have flip-flopped in the last year over just COVID stuff alone has really shown us that you're right. We need to get off of just social media. We need to get
Twitter.
off of these.
I'm not on Twitter.
Right.
I don't have a Twitter.
Facebook.
But can anybody explain to me why Donald Trump's Twitter is suspended, but the Taliban has a Twitter?
Right.
And they're tweeting about basically taking over Afghanistan while they're doing it.
Dude, they're good, man. They're just working out in the gym, the prime minister's gym. Those videos are amazing. We should have put those videos.
The boys are back.
The boys are back in town.
Those are great.
Those are great.
Right.
But yeah, I just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of jumping into. I think I said this about. I don't talk shit about Gen Zers because it's not all of them. I don't know. I don't like talking shit. I like talking shit in like a fun way.
Yeah.
I don't like being a dick. I just feel like that's like. There's no culture to it. I don't know. What is that? What would you say? Like
I think Gen Z thinks they're smarter than everybody because they grew up with
all the technology.
with all the technology and entitlement.
No, but I'm not even talking about. I'm just talking about the chanting. The I think it's tacky, and I don't like that.
See, now here, I think it's funny as hell.
No, I think it's
But if
funny,
they were
trust
doing
me.
that to Donald Trump, I'd be like,
Exactly.
and that I know that completely makes me
Right.
a hypocrite.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I understand that.
So there's no problems that are going to be solved
Nothing.
by 70,000 people screaming "fuck Joe Biden," but
Yeah.
who knows? I think it's funny though. The first time I did see it though, I was like,
You did laugh.
This is when I saw and it was a whole compilation. It was like all the Southern schools. It was LSU, Alabama,
SEC
Auburn.
schools. They had one at Luke Bryan concert. I saw it this morning. I don't know when the Luke Bryan concert was. Probably last week.
Is that like Garth Brooks?
I can't name one Luke Bryan song.
But if you heard it, you would know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we would know if we heard one. I bet.
No,
we
I
could.
do know Garth Brooks songs.
Garth Brooks is the best
Ever.
best country star ever.
I mean, I'm old school country.
Me too.
Country
Me too.
now, they just a bunch of bullshit.
No. It's just
You need old Alan Jackson, George Strait, Chris Ledoux.
and a lot of those, and I don't know if it was the same for like Garth Brooks era country stars, but like I've heard interviews with the ghostwriters of current day country stars, and they are very function. It's like, we need to take this verbiage of beer, and we need to take this verbiage of a woman's ass, and we need to make it seem okay.
And I need a pickup truck.
And we need to pour honey all over it. And then that's the song. And then they package it and push it out. But like Garth Brooks is like, those songs make you cry. They make you laugh. Like they're authentic. You can feel the authenticity that he wrote them. You know what I mean? I just, today's country music is just not the same.
It's crap.
It's just crap.
It's not even country
It's
music.
catchy.
There's a couple of them.
Little bit of chicken fried.
That's
cold
not
beer on a fry. You know, that's
shit,
a good,
that
I mean, it's
song's
catchy.
15 years old.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's like
It's a pretty old
late,
song.
Late
Okay.
2000s.
Okay.
Aughts.
Maybe.
What do we call it? What's 2000 to 2009? The aughts.
Yeah. The
All right.
aughts.
The aughts.
The
Is that what they
aughts
call
and
it?
ends.
Or like we're in the 10s right now.
Yeah, the 10s.
We're in
I
the
hate
20s.
that.
We're in the 20s.
We're
but
the 20s. What do you say? Aughts?
I think that's why I was asking. I think they call it the aughts.
I would call it the aughts.
I don't know.
And then the 10s is just weird. The teens.
The teens.
20 teens? The 2010s?
Well, I'm trying to think what they called in the 1900s, but they only the Roaring 20s.
The roaring 20s.
I don't remember what. Anyways,
Come on, man.
come on, man. All right.
Okay. That's what I got for that. You want me to hit another? You want me to
Go
hit
ahead.
another
Do whatever you need to do, man.
comment? Okay. I think I will. I think
my
I-
thing keeps slowly.
You sound good. I
do you?
think I'm
Okay.
watching the audio. I think you
That's
sound
why I
just
keep
fine.
moving it because it
No.
slowly
Sit where you're at. I think it's
keeps going up.
I think it's
on
good.
me. All right.
We're hitting like right into the green and the yellow.
Okay.
I don't know what that means yet.
It's not red, so
It's
we're
not
good.
red. Red means bad, right? I hate that because red is like a bad color. Like if something's red, that's bad. Speaking of misunderstanding things, you know what I keep noticing in work and in personal life that drives me fucking nuts?
What's that?
People mistaking directness for being an asshole.
It's a fine line.
I feel like because of like texting and emojis and like putting smiley faces and hearts on text messages, if I send an email out, like I'll send an email out and I'll have like my partner CC'd on it, and like I'll be sending to somebody asking a question or giving a directive or something, and then she'll like pull me aside like in person and be like, your email was really aggressive.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, no, I'm just getting to the point. Like, I don't want to put, first off, they're barely going to read that email anyways. So the less words, the better. I don't want to put like, good afternoon, how are you? It's been very nice in the weather, in Dallas, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I would like these things. And thank you so much for reading this email. I just want to say, hey, they already know that I'm going to email them. I need this done. Here's the list of things I need done. And they go, well, you sound like a jerk. It's like,
Really?
no, I'm just trying to get
Some of your work
done.
said that to you?
Yeah.
Huh.
I won't
Did
name
you say
names.
per my last email? I mean, you got to know you have to know your audience for one.
Right. And it's not just emails. I mean, it's also in the way that I just talk.
Yeah.
As well. Like, I get it from the old wife. I get it from, the office and stuff. And it's like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just being direct.
Yeah.
I don't need
it
might be my generation thing.
That's just not email. That's text too. Is like,
Well, text as well. If I don't drop an emoji.
See, I don't ever drop it.
What's wrong? What's wrong? You didn't put a heart emoji on your last text message? Are you okay?
I have not perfect all the time, but like if I'm asking a question, there's a question mark at the end. I put commas.
Grammar. It's called punctuation and grammar.
Yes, I use very good grammar, punctuation. I don't know if that's just because I'm old or what, but like, back to the emails. There's people that I've worked with for 20 years,
right?
And I'll be like, "Hey, dumbass." This is an email. Hey, dumbass.
Well, okay, yeah, but you have a rapport with them.
Yeah, but so you definitely got to know your audience,
right?
And there are times where I've sent an aggressive email. Mm-hmm. And I've called that person like, hey, I didn't mean this to be aggressive. I know it sounds aggressive, but you just don't get the tone of a text message or the tone of an email.
Right.
So
and that's why I think that's why like emoji, like with the rise of like emojis and like emoji culture, that is a really good way to have emotion come off, right? Because if I send you a text message and it's hard for the emotion of just the words to come out, you don't know how I'm saying it. If I throw a sad emoji on there, it's a sad, I'm conveying sadness, you know what I mean? But
I'd be like, why is this dude sending me an emoji is what I'd be thinking.
Do I send you emojis? I think I sent you. I think maybe.
I actually have a little generational thing about text messages I need to ask you.
Okay. Because we text a lot.
Yes. And it's not you by any means, but when did this generation, not yours, even yours or the younger ones, when did they start putting the $ after how much money?
I just stopped doing that.
Why?
I just stopped doing that because I
teach
read
you that way.
No, it's just us making it up as we go, and autocorrect doesn't correct it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's why, because we just go, oh well, $100. Like in my mind, and this is my rationale.
Usually Morgan asking me a text. Can I have $10?
Let's say I'm Morgan and I'm texting you, I need $20. I would write $20.
No, you put the $ in front of it.
But listen what I'm saying. If I was speaking it to you, I would say $20. So if I was texting it to you, I would put $20 because that $ means the word dollars.
It does,
right?
but
So in text,
$20, the $ before that,
I know,
also means $20, and it has been forever.
That's really funny that you brought that up because I was just reading, and this is so funny because I'm remembering what the article was literally like, millennials, stop putting the $ behind the number.
Thank you.
And I read a whole thing, and since then, it's been about maybe a month or so since I did that. Every time I put dollars, I'll do 20 and then the $. I'm like, wait, and then I back it up and I put the $ in front. I don't know why, but it's just like, okay, well, if that's the right way to do it, then I'm going to follow the grammar because we need structure in our language. We are so quickly losing structure in our language and the way that we talk and the way that we write to each other is just gone. You know what I mean? So I'm just, doing my part.
Doing your part.
Doing my part. And I will make sure to scorn anybody that puts number $. What about yen? What if it was
I
yen?
don't know how they do theirs. So,
but should I put yen and then
I don't even think there's a yen number sign on my phone, is there?
There is.
Oh, really? I would not know what it is.
Ignorant motherfucker.
It was made in China, so. Wait, hold on. I'm going to look right now. Hold on.
Look, you wouldn't even know what the yen symbol is.
I'm going to guess.
Okay, I'm going to pull up the yen symbol, and I want you to. Okay,
let me write just a fake text message. Blah 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 blah.
Let me write a fake text message. Oh my god! I'm gonna pull it up on the. I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay, I'm going to say it's
Which one?
that one.
All right, you're right.
Uh,
After
'cause it
looking at it, I
looks like
realized it has a Y on it.
It has a Y on it.
That's
That is the
why.
only reason. I think this one is a euro, right?
Yeah, that's the euro for E, right?
I have no effing idea what that one is.
That's a. I don't know. I feel like it's a pound. I feel like that's British currency because the
That
euro
is.
in
That's
the,
exactly what
that's
that
a
is.
pound,
That's
right?
a pound. I should have known that one before I knew
Idiot.
every other one.
So you know what's crazy? After looking at that, and I've never thought about that. The yen is a Y. The euro is an E. The pound is some bullshit symbol. Why is the dollar sign an S with two lines through it? Do you know the origin?
I do not. Are you going to tell me?
No.
No.
I was asking you because you're older.
Well, no. It was around long before I was born. So
They didn't teach you back in America school that you went to? You're so proud
back
of?
when they taught history.
Back when they taught history, they actually told us what the dollar sign meant. So that was my rant on being direct.
I get it.
I just feel like, and I'm a very emotional texter too. I mean, you've seen, actually, I feel bad for you because at my office, I don't think you realize this, at my office, my keyboard is connected to my iPhone.
Oh, really?
So when I text you these like long paragraphs, I go, oh shit, I just sent
I
him
didn't
like
even
a
know
40.
you could do that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Why?
pretty cool.
What's the purpose of that?
What's the purpose of what?
Oh, so you just texting. So you can just text off your keyboard instead of.
Yes. So I can, so when I'm typing on my keyboard, it's kind of pointless because actually on my laptop, I have my messages connected there as well. So it's kind of stupid, but my keyboard does connect to my iPhone, which is cool. And so I'll send you these like crazy long 4-paragraph text messages and you respond with the like button.
I'm a fan of the like.
I'm
button.
a huge fan of the like button. Honestly, when they got that, it's like, it's the nicest way to say the conversation's over.
Yes.
I don't need to tell you. I don't need to respond because
that's what I hate is like when you're texting people and they respond and you respond. Okay, we resolved whatever we're talking about and then we keep on going.
Hold on.
What happened? Oh.
Since you're in rehab currently, I'm putting all the alcohol on this. You guys, I don't think you understand how Kelly called me yesterday after the episode was over. We had filmed for over 2.5, and
long.
we were, by the end of it, I knew to close out immediately when Kelly was like, "Woo!" Like
did that.
he was gone, he was done. And the second we finished, we took our headphones off, and I was like closing up, taking things down, turn off the lights and everything, and you just went. And you just went to sleep.
I woke up and everybody was gone.
You were asleep, and then you were out, and I was like, I didn't think anything of it, like that you were so drunk that you just like passed out. But like, then you called me like 3-4 hours later, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?"
I
I'm like,
sounded good though, didn't I?
"You sounded fine," but you're like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Nothing. What are you doing?" And you're like, "How'd the podcast end?"
I don't remember it. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. We called my mom and dad yesterday on the podcast after Kelly made me watch his stupid
gonna
haunted
watch that.
house TikTok videos. And then we called my dad and asked him about what was more
Angels.
believable, aliens or ghosts?
You did. We can't wait to have your dad on this
Oh
thing.
my gosh. I'm going to have to text my mom and dad, be like, "Don't worry, like I know we were acting like idiots. Like, we're not posting that video." My mom's gonna be like, "Okay, thank you." Because she hasn't talked to me today. Like, usually my parents like, call me on Sunday.
Jeez. What else we got?
Oh, man. Okay, what else do we
Good
have?
times.
That was so funny, man. Yesterday was just, Madison was so mad at me.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
You had to go to a friend's house.
I had to go to a
afterwards.
friend's right after for dinner, and I was like, oh, man. You have one called Border Drone Ban.
Did you see
I
that?
did see that. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'll pull up the video
video.
real quick. Go ahead and give some
So
overview.
down in Del Rio, Texas, there over 10,000 Haitians are sitting there at the border, or they've made their way in and they've stopped them there, but under this bridge. And you don't hear a thing about it until I think it was Fox News. I don't want to say it was Fox
It
News.
was Ted Cruz. Remember, it was Ted Cruz.
Well, no, somebody dropped a drone and sent a drone up showing this. And that's when it became like Fox obviously probably ran with it.
Yeah, yeah. Fox ran with it. They ran with it hard too.
as they probably should have.
I mean, I get it.
'Cause
It's
you're not-
news. That is news. Is
that
it
is
not?
news. And
Okay, so I'm gonna play this video. I'm not gonna put the audio in because I don't want to. I don't want to put the. I just.
do whatever. Hey, you do you.
So I'm just gonna play it real quick and then see what's going on, and I'll let you take a look at.
I've seen it. Know about it.
Okay, you can see it. So I've seen it as well. But
My first question was, how'd they get here from Haiti?
yeah. So this video is terrifying. Not because I'm like against immigration or anything. And shit, we had a whole rant about that stuff yesterday.
We did?
Yeah, for like maybe 20 minutes we talked about like immigration policy and like how we feel about that, and like it was all really good. We were like, hey, this is a bunch of shit. Like people want to become Americans. There's better ways to handle this. Yeah. But just seeing this many people at the border, and then they put the ban. So talk about the ban.
So somebody dropped a drone and showed this footage that the government was trying to probably just keep it on the lowdown.
Yeah.
And
literally on the
Fox
side of the
News
highway.
got a hold of this, or somebody got a hold of it, and because nobody had no idea. I hadn't heard anything about it. So Fox News got a hold of this. I'm assuming it's them, and just ran with it.
Right.
And like the next day,
the
FAA came in and shut the airspace down so no more drones can go up.
It's crazy. They're literally walking across this gap. I don't know what you call it, like a little like
It's a river.
Like a river, but what is that? What would you call that right there? That dam. It's almost like a dam,
it's
right?
It's called the International Bridge or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's called. But that's just complete bullshit. The government's going to come in and drop the airspace so you can't fly drones there anymore.
Right, yeah. I mean they're going to ban that. I mean,
like, come on.
That's showing your hand and showing who you align with. Because that's legitimate news.
That is.
That's something that's happening in America. I mean, it kind of ties in with like the Biden flew like thousands of Mexican or immigrants from the Mexican border, whether they're Haitian or Cuban or whoever, because now we can see that like not just Mexicans, dude, but they were secretly flying people from these air bases to like Ohio and like all these different places, and they didn't say a fucking thing about it. They didn't say anything about it.
None of these people have been tested.
None of them have been tested.
Jen Psaki even said they're not tested.
Jen Psaki said
I'm not making that up.
No, I don't want to.
They're just dropping these people in the country, and they're wondering why the COVID rates are just skyrocketing. Right. I saw one thing that when they were testing them in the beginning, it was 40% of them had COVID. Just think about it. I mean, you're walking with the same people for 30 days.
Y'all have COVID. If one person over there has COVID,
they're all going to get it.
You guys are all so tightly packed, and
I'm telling you,
but obviously you can't get COVID outside. I mean, Kelly, if that's what you believe,
I'll tell you, immigration and abortion are the two topics that I don't think will ever be fixed. I don't even ever want to discuss abortion on here.
My next topic,
that's not a hill I'm dying on.
It is not, and it's not a hill I'm dying on either. And let's just not even get into it because I don't think there is an answer.
I think immigration can be solved.
Yeah,
there has to be something that, hey, you are not an American citizen. Mm-hmm. You do not get American benefits. You don't get,
right. You can't come over to the country and
here's
get like
a card.
Everything.
You get, 6 months work visa. But the second you screw up, you're out.
Right. And I think a large majority of the people aren't screwing up. You know what I mean? And so I think we did talk about this yesterday, but like I told you about like the person I work with is DACA.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So
I do remember that part of the conversation.
Okay. So, I think, and he's telling me, I have to pay my taxes. Yeah. He has to pay his taxes, but he can't vote. So it's taxation without representation. It's illegal, right? I mean, that's what our country was founded on. And I know that it's a huge problem. It's not the same as when the country was founded or whatever, but like fucking unback up the system. Either do away with the people who are already here and say, okay, y'all need to show up to this DPS station. We're not going to deport you. We just need you to come in, fill out this information, tell us where you're living, give us this information, and you become an American citizen. And I know that that's not a good idea.
Scary idea.
I know it's a scary idea for some people, but I'm like, these people want to be in this country. 99% of them are the hardworking people that make this country run. You know what I mean? So it's like they're, in my eye,
But
I
you
said
have-
this yesterday,
I
they're-
agree
in my eye,
100%.
they're more American. They're more of the American dream than most American kids born in this country today, because their parents and their whole family sacrificed everything to get here, and they are working hard. It's just you see on Fox News, you see on these different
you have
news
to-
channels, like, oh, it's a lot of anti-immigrant rhetoric, and it's meant to scare people. It's meant to be fearful of people of different ethnicities.
They have to know who's coming across.
No, I agree.
We
I
don't
think
want
we need a
gang
system.
members running across,
No.
and there are.
There
gang
are.
members.
I mean, there's obviously
Terrorists
terrible
come-
people in this world.
Yeah.
There are.
So-
If you think that there's not terrible people in this world, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that, yes, bad
And
people are
you
going to
just,
get over.
you have to, and unfortunately, you have to put a number to it. You just can't let
Right, because, I mean, 9
20
million
million,
people is trying
20
to,
million people show up.
every person in the world would want to come and live
Yeah,
in America.
Exactly.
It's just
So-
plain and simple. You can hate America all you want. You can talk shit about America, but guess what? In reality, almost every person in the world would take
People
an American
are
citizenship
getting on little raft boats and floating across the ocean to
for a
get here.
reason. Yeah.
So-
But I get it. And that's,
What about the people who are doing it
that's
legally?
That's heartbreaking that there is an actual number you have to put on it, because you have to stem the flow. You have to make sure that the amount that comes in per year or per period of time is the right amount that's healthy for the nation. But I'm just saying that the people that are already here, and we should just make them citizens. If you can prove you've been here and you've lived here and you've been working, come down to this DPS station, give this information, and you become an American citizen. That will clear the backlog that everybody always complains about. And then, yes, you start dealing with the people who are coming over legally and processing that way. Because, yes, I understand, like, there's a difference. There's a people who, but also there's something to say about those people who do give up their whole lives in cross country with coyotes and paying all their life savings to get over here by any means necessary.
So here's what you're not, and not you, but necessarily that I was not even really thinking about until I read an article that turned me on to it. So all these people that are coming over here,
yeah.
like, let's just pick a country. I don't want to pick on Mexico because it's usually not Mexicans, a whole lot of them. It's more
You want to talk like South American country?
Central America.
Yeah, sure. So let's
Kind
just
of
say
people.
Central America.
Okay,
let's
let's
just say
just-
Central America.
That is their youth. That is the country's future
Leaving.
leaving.
Yeah.
And I've always said, I mean, I think we should really do something about illegal immigration.
Right.
But on the flip side, if I was born in Venezuela, my ass would be jumping over here too. I mean, I
Right.
don't blame them
We
for
can
that.
sit here all day and just be like, well, why don't those young men and women pick themselves up by their bootstraps and run the country? Well, it's because you have fucking dictators,
It's, hey,
and they won't allow it.
at some point,
They're going to have to come.
they're going to
back
have to, every country is going to have to have a reckoning.
The problem is the people who are actually getting paid in that country are the militarized forces.
Yeah.
So if those people were to stop getting paid, then the masses could turn around. But the problem is right now, if you have just the gen pop rising up against the government, the only people who are happy with the country are those people who are being paid from the
So
militarized
it's a big shit sandwich.
Oh yeah, and every country is dealing
in
with
Mexico,
stuff like that.
I'm a little pissed at Mexico for it. They're allowing it to happen. They're allowing them. Oh, you're coming in.
They're
Well,
the
just
biggest
keep,
hump, right?
Just keep going.
Right, they're the biggest-
As long
yeah,
as you
just
don't
don't stay
stop,
here. Yeah, just
you're
don't stay
great.
here,
Just
right?
keep going. But I'm telling you, if you cut off their benefits once they get here,
Right.
that would curb.
Right. And I don't believe in that. That is something that I
do.
No, I don't believe in giving them.
Oh,
We're
giving
on the
them
same page.
benefits.
We're just
Okay.
we're saying it
Yeah.
differently. I do believe in when they come into the country, we shouldn't treat them like aliens, like the term. We should grab them by the arms, say, "Welcome to the greatest country on earth. Let's show you how to be an American. Let's show you how to be a functional part of this society. Let's show you what taxes are like." First off, I'm just already realizing that the U.S. educational system can't do this for the Americans, so it's never going to happen for the immigrants. But in a perfect world, you grab those people coming over, you give them a high five, you say, "Fuck yeah, you made it to the greatest country on earth. Let's teach you how to be an American. Bring your culture, the best parts of your culture, and bring the best parts of capitalism and become something."
Well,
but
you
you
do
can
that.
never be on Obamacare. You can never be on, subsidized income. Because unfortunately, those programs are paid for by the people who are born and raised in this country. Now, if you came over and you could say you've been paying into these systems for 20 years, then you could get onto it. But if day one you hop in and you've got more benefits as an illegal immigrant than
an American
citizen,
making more money.
But even then, we're both speaking from a place of ignorance because neither of us have ever been illegal immigrants.
No.
Like I was saying about my friend who's DACA. I mean, he was telling me like, I do have to pay my taxes. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know if he's ever been able to get like, you know, all these different programs that we're speaking of.
It's just a big, I don't know. It's going to take, and it's always gone on. I mean, it's just, nothing's ever going to change. Nothing ever changes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting really bad. There's like 200,000 a month now, where we used to get like 600,000 a year.
Right.
We're getting 200,000 a month.
And
now.
we were having a lot less with somebody.
Small potatoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Small Potatoes was building a wall.
Like Governor Abbott of Texas he's building his own wall.
And DeSantis is helping. Florida is helping pay for that wall.
And so the government said, the federal government said, you can't. This is government land. You can't. They're like, fine, we'll move off the wall, your wall, and build our own wall, which is not federal land.
And they're probably purchasing like people's private land, which is cool if the people will sell it to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a big problem.
It is a big problem. And I think that the wall got Obama was trying to build a wall. People forget that. Obama built the cages, those kids in cages.
Yeah.
Obama built those cages, and he was also pushing for a wall in his first term. Right? And Trump pushes for a wall. Of course, it's in a heated, he's got the...
It's racist now.
Oh, sorry.
Small potatoes.
It's
all racist now.
It's all racist now. And so that's why the wall has become a political football. But in reality, like we were just saying, if the wall was built and people only had the option to come in this country through that gate, if you didn't have a backlog, you could process them. We could do something with them.
See, I don't know if you knew this or not. So you're allowed to come to America and claim asylum.
But you have to prove it, though. You have to be able to...
No, hold on.
Because I can't claim asylum from Sweden.
Yeah, obviously. But you also can't claim asylum when you get caught on the border at the Rio Grande. You can only claim asylum at a federal crossing.
If you go through. Right.
So all these people that got caught, now I want to claim asylum. No, you did not do it correctly.
You're going away.
Yeah. So anyway.
Then they just throw them back into Mexico, and they just cross the border again next week?
They just try again next week.
It's crazy.
So.
It's a crazy problem that I don't know how it's going to solve. And I know that...
Until the countries fix themselves internally.
Right.
That make people want to stay.
And something like... And I'm definitely not on team stay in your country, blah, blah, blah. But how amazing would it be... And this is maybe ignorant to say, but how amazing would it be if the United States wasn't the only amazing place on earth? If it wasn't the only amazing place on earth to live, that everybody wanted to go there, what if Mexico pulled themselves together and created a new America?
Mexico's great. I love Mexico.
Yeah, but what if all of Mexico became like the United States? Because even the shittiest place in the United States is better than some of the best places in other places of the world, right? What if Mexico and the South America, what if they stayed and they worked on themselves? And obviously, again, that's an ignorant statement.
You got to get the right leaders out. Problem is, you get the leader out, they're going to put somebody in there, and if the drug cartels don't like that guy, they're going to cap him.
Or if the U.S. government doesn't like them. We've done that. Honestly,
I'm off the nation building.
Honestly, the United States fucked up South America. If you go back to the stuff that Reagan did, right?
Central America, not South America.
Yeah, sure. We went to town on government changing and coups and putting people from the drug cartel in power. And it was just, the United States is a big mess. I think we're the greatest country in the world, but
we come with problems.
Our history is...
We're like that girlfriend who's hot as shit.
Yes.
But she's a little crazy too.
A total babe. I mean, literally a total babe, but she might cut your balls off when you sleep.
She might key your car.
Yeah.
That's us.
Don't fuck with us. Unless you're Afghanistan. Apparently you can do anything you want.
Obviously.
Awesome. What else do you want to talk about, Kelly? You got some other topics. You want me to go through? You want me to keep going through?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one, I think. Go ahead.
You got the Afghan drone strike. Well,
that's what I was going to talk about.
You've also got Kelly's rant car warranties.
Oh, that's a good one too. I'll make that one quick.
Okay. You've got mayor changing school board.
Oh, did you see that?
Toast here's to nipples. Oh, that's the toast. Okay. Girl missing in Utah. Let's go to girl missing in Utah.
That's ever changing. It's like,
So you don't know the latest on it?
the dude's missing now.
Oh, really?
He's gone.
Maybe we'll talk about it. Let's make it a topic to talk about.
Okay. Because
next.
that's like changing like daily.
Yeah. So
So-
let's both get caught up on it and then have something to talk about.
Go watch some Nancy Grace.
Yeah. We'll have some links and things to pull up, some interesting.
But I wanted to
resources.
talk about,
Talk about whichever one.
before I want to do the rant of the week after this. I'll make it quick, but the Afghan drone strike. A lot of people did not know that during all of this Afghan, like the country was falling, and right before all our Marines got blown up there,
Literally right before.
there was a drone strike.
Yes, I'm aware of it. Yeah, and
And-
we got an ISIS-K guy. No, it was right after, right?
And you didn't hear anything about it.
It was right after.
I can't remember if it was before.
It was right after the Marines died because they said that they got somebody.
No, I
affiliated
think it
with-
was before, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I don't know if I think I have a video.
I don't have anything on there
There should be a video on there.
for the drone strike.
Yeah.
I don't have anything on the drone strike.
Okay.
Sorry.
But so the best of my memory. So it was very like, oh yeah, there was a drone strike, and then you never heard anything about it. It was very quiet.
Yeah.
You know why? We all know why now.
I know why. Yeah. We all. I mean, anybody who's following it knows why now because it's become the
They drone strike. They didn't know who they drone striked
they
at the
just
time.
started dropping bombs.
And I saw, who's that piece of crap? The Secretary of State. What's his name?
Blinken?
Blinken. That dude's
Lincoln, dude, that guy is
an idiot.
I've never paid attention to a Secretary of State
State.
as much as I do this Blinken guy.
But that dude, he's got a hard job. He's trying to, like, him and
Anybody
Jen
in any of
Psaki are
those
trying
positions.
to cover up all this BS.
Yo,
But
even Milley, even General Milley, hey
Oh,
man,
dude.
I'll say I want to understand white rage just so I can keep my general job.
yeah, just,
I don't know.
that's a sellout, but that's a whole nother one.
That's a whole nother.
So
yeah.
it turns out, I don't know if you saw, and this has nothing to do with Ted Cruz, but the Senate was having congressional hearings with this Blinken guy.
Yeah, last week,
And
right? I
Ted
watched
Cruz,
He
love him
lo-
or hate him, was just wearing him out.
I have that
Rand
video.
Paul had it too.
I have
Rand
that
Paul
video.
wearing out. Like, hey, who? So they're literally asking, who did you drone? Or like,
Yeah.
we're doing an ongoing investigation.
and they're like,
And,
wait,
and Rand Paul's like, you don't know who you droned? He's like, we're investigating it. Rand Paul goes, don't you think you should know who you droned before you drone them?
how do I search this? Go ahead.
So it turns out, a couple days later, they droned an aid worker and 7 children.
Yes.
Like 13 people died. 7 of them were children. And that is why you weren't hearing about it.
Yeah. Here, I got the video right here, Kelly. Of Rand
It's
Paul.
like
Of Rand Paul going on.
Rand Paul just weird him out. Never been much of a Rand Paul fan, but I'm
Oh,
slowly
this is
becoming.
this is a 3-hour video. Okay, I watched it. No,
anyways.
that was the whole thing. But I did watch that as
But
well,
that's
and I
crazy.
saved it on my videos. And it was like, it was. He makes a good point, and they're like, "Well, who did you hit?"
like,
Well,
oh.
we're figuring that out now, dude. You dropped a bomb
Dropped a drone on
in a
somebody,
city,
and you don't know who you hit.
and we're supposed to be the most sophisticated army in the world, the most sophisticated military in the world, and that's the worst part of all that is just the fact that that's creating more ISIS-K members.
Oh yeah,
What is ISIS-K? What the
I
fuck is
think
ISIS-K?
it used to be. There was an
'Cause Trump
ISIL. There
fucked
was
up.
an ISIL at a time.
No, that was what Obama called it.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
called it ISIL to
ISIS.
diminish
Maybe
it or
it's
something.
ISIS in
And
Kabul.
then
or
Trump
something.
actually fucked him up.
Oh, that.
Trump destroyed ISIS
So
with
here-
General Milley, by the way. Oh, Mattis. Was it Mattis that was in power?
General Maddox. Well, he was
Left.
he
though.
was on the joint.
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Well, I read a thing about some because I'm a Marine. General Maddox was kind of a legendary figure in the Marine Corps. He had a lot of great sayings.
Yeah, I remember Mad
Was
Dog
he chest?
Mattis, right?
Yeah. Was he chesty puller? By no means, but he was legendary.
He's Mad Dog.
Mad Dog Maddox. A lot of Marines not happy with him at all. Like just the things that he's doing now.
Yeah.
But here's one that's really going to piss you off. And this is one of those things. Look into this for me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put it on my things to do.
All right.
My to-do
So
list.
after that drone strike where they fucked up those people that they didn't mean to,
Yeah.
they got a lock on another thing, which happened to be allegedly, and this, I'm just hearing this, I don't know if this is factual yet, was the suicide bomber that blew up those Marines. They had him a target acquired. They knew who he was and what vehicle he was in
Before or after?
before.
Okay, I was
And
going to say,
they
because
had-
it's really hard to get him after
Yeah.
he blows himself up.
No, but they had a drone had acquired him on the way there.
What was this, a video, an article? What were you, like, how, it was something, it's something you heard,
It was-
probably
no,
on
I-
TikTok.
It was people talking.
On TikTok.
Actually, was started there. Then I went somewhere else.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. And the State Department didn't pull the trigger.
Wow. But then they did some sort of retaliation drone strike and just blew up aid workers and kids.
Well, that was first. I think that's why they didn't. They knew they'd effed up the first time. Like, oh well, we better not do this. I don't know.
No. I think after the Marines were killed, they drone striked because
Was
I
it after
remember
that?
because
Okay.
they said, "Oh, we got somebody affiliated with the plotting of this Marine thing," which I was like, how did you guys figure out that fast? The country is literally falling. There's no way you're getting that intelligence.
So that's just
and it comes
something-
out to be completely true that they had no idea what they were fucking doing.
Yeah. So this is basically something I don't want to push out false information. Just something we can hit up next week and do some research on it. But from everything that I was seeing on several different articles, that they knew who that suicide killer was. And if that is the case and they didn't pull the trigger, then 13 of my fellow Marines get blown up.
For
Yeah.
On
Things
purpose,
are going to get bad.
yeah, it's that whole thing was crazy. They spent. I mean, I don't want to dive too deep in the fall of Afghanistan, but
Yeah.
quickly, I mean, my whole entire life we've been at war with the Middle East. In Afghanistan, you can say we went into Afghanistan under false pretenses. Thanks, Bush. Just bullshit.
No, we went into
weapons of mass
Iraq.
destruction.
We didn't go in Afghanistan for weapons of mass destruction. We went into Iraq for weapons of mass destruction.
Okay, and then
we went into Afghanistan because that is where all the dudes that planned 9/11 were hanging out.
They were actually hanging out in Saudi Arabia.
No, they were from Saudi Arabia.
Bullshit, dude.
They were from Saudi Arabia. They were hanging out there along the Pakistani border.
Okay.
You want to fight?
I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of
Yes.
got scared.
No,
I was like,
the whole Iraq
I
thing.
actually don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know
The
that,
whole Iraq thing was all bullshit. That was all bullshit.
okay. And so Afghanistan
That was the
pretty bullshit,
military
too.
industrial complex.
So you're saying we went to war because that's where a couple dudes were hanging out?
That's
That
where
was
they
the
were
country-
all were. That's where Osama bin Laden was.
He was in Pakistan.
And what's on the border? They jump across that border in Afghanistan.
Okay, so they just hop back.
So when they almost caught him, you probably
because they're like,
remember
oh,
this.
you're at war with Afghanistan.
the-
We're going to jump to Pakistan because you can't come
Well, Pakistan hides them.
fight. Right.
That's where they ultimately found him.
Right.
So we almost, I don't know if you remember, we almost caught Osama bin Laden in a place called, if I'm wrong here, it's like Tora, some mountains or something like that. Tora Bora.
The Korakal Valley.
No, it's called some mountains.
Okay.
And they all escaped back into Pakistan. That's all they do. They would hang out in Pakistan and come over here and fight and run back to Pakistan.
Right.
But no, Afghanistan was a real reason. That was all 9/11 shit going on there. Iraq, yeah, that was the military, your favorite military industrial complex going at it. Got to build those bombs, make that money.
I think it all is the military industrial complex. Honestly, we would have had to been in Afghanistan for another 30 years for this.
You think about there's kids in Afghanistan that's all they know is freedom.
Right. I think we talked about this in the last podcast.
probably
Did we?
All right.
I think we covered this stuff.
So, you want my rant of the week?
Yeah, man. We're pushing an hour and 7, so we're doing
Okay,
good.
we're doing good.
We got a little bit of time left.
What's the guy's name? Hold on. I can't remember his name.
You want rant of the week?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't.
I already know what it is.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's not there's nothing, should be nothing under there. Who's the comedian?
I see from your notes you're talking about Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. And Louis C.K. He's got this. We should have played this. What's the game called?
Peanut allergies.
Well, he's got a thing. Horrible, but maybe.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's the game. It's like
Look,
horrible, but
like,
maybe.
But and one of his funny ones was like peanut allergies.
Right.
Horrible condition for children. But maybe
Maybe.
we just look the other way for a couple of years, it'll take care of itself.
I don't know.
You
I don't know if my son's allergic to peanuts yet, so I can't.
But that's
I
the
can't tell you-
concept,
yeah,
right?
I got you.
And so I got a warranty call the other day. I don't know why I answered this one, but I did. It's like, who the hell is buying warranties from these people?
Do you know if?
If we just band together and nobody buys warranties, they'll all go away.
But do you know if? How did you know it was a warranty call? Did
Well,
it say it on there
No, it just came up,
as a number you didn't know? and
didn't
so you answered
recognize.
it?
And I generally don't answer them.
So you're asking what is the goal of these people?
Well, I mean,
Like, how do they function? Like, if who's buying from them
yeah, it's
to make
us.
them profitable enough to keep
somebody's
going?
buying money or buying their little extended warranty
Because they keep going.
keep going. If we all just band together and be like, no, nobody's going to do this anymore.
Now, I completely agree, but the thing is, we need to get all boomers off of their phones and like just cancel their ability to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And that's true because that's who they're going after. They don't know who they're calling. Somehow they do. I mean, they always
I
know
just
what
tell
kind of
them
car I
I'm
have.
blind and I don't have a car.
I always
do.
tell them when they call me. So two things. I love when people call me for bullshit like that because I'll either tell them, I'll be like, yeah, my car has 2 million miles on it. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Let's see what the thing, I love talking to them.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. They're the only people that want to talk to me. Right. So I'd spend some time with them.
Yeah.
But, I'll also play the let me speak to your manager game. And
See how
just
high you can go?
You see how high I can go?
Did you ever make it back to America?
No. But I'm pretty sure I'm never going anywhere. I'm just talking to the next guy that's
Yeah.
like next to them in the next, cubicle or whatever. And they're just like, he wants to talk to a manager. Here you go. And just,
Like, oh,
I won't do a fake accent, but I don't want to be.
Get canceled?
Yeah, I don't. The guy's like, would you like to speak about your car's warranty? You've never heard it like that. Because if it did sound like that, you'd pay for it.
Oh.
No.
Probably.
Also, so you're saying like everybody just needs to get behind.
Everybody just needs to stop buying him.
Well, and so the thing is, most of these people, I'm just gonna go, they're Indian. In my history with it,
It's Native American.
no Indian like from the country of the continent.
Oh, gotcha.
Is India a continent? India is a continent.
No, India is a country.
Yeah, but it's just a part of Asia, right?
Asia is
Okay.
the continent it's on.
So India, most of the time they're Indian people, and so I assume that they're in India, and you have to think that if they get, I don't even know what their prices are. I've never even gotten to that point because I could care less. But if you were to pay them $50 a month,
Oh, they've made it.
they've made it like multiple people.
So basically, you're
have
saying
made
they just need one idiot.
it. They
one
only
idiot
need a
month.
few idiots a month, and it will pay for their whole operation.
Great,
is what
yeah.
I'm saying. So have fun.
Gotcha.
I think my grandpa got scammed. Not through extended car warranty, but he donated like $1,000 something to charity. They like called him and they're like, we need money for this charity, blah, blah, blah. And like, I guess he paid him and it was a scam. I don't know.
You know, we were going to talk about St. Jude's and we never got to it.
Oh yeah.
That's a scam.
St. Jude's is a scam. Or
Not
not St.
not
Jude's.
Jude's
The
is a scam.
concept of when you're at like Walmart and okay, so this is Kelly turned me on to this and I looked into it and it's very true.
Thank you.
When you go to Walmart or you go to McDonald's or wherever and you pay for your order, there's the little screen that pops up and says, would you like to donate money to St. Jude's or this foundation or whatever?
Yep.
And if you say yes, you donate $1, whatever, and it goes to St. Jude's. That's totally legit. It's not like it's not going to St. Jude's.
It's going to St. Jude's.
The fact is, if let's say it's Walmart, okay? If $10 million
That's
of donations, that's not that
oh,
much. They have like
I was thinking you're low.
okay. So if $10 million of donations went to St. Jude's from the pay kiosk at a Walmart, Walmart gets to write that off on their taxes.
That's
People.
the only reason they're doing it.
That's the only reason that they're asking if you'll donate money to St. Jude's because they're going to write that $10 million off as if they were the ones paying St. Jude's. Because I assume that's what happens. They probably tack that onto the bill. It goes into their financial system.
And they break it
and
out
then they
there.
break it off and pay them. So it looks like
Then they make
Walmart
one
is the
big
one
donation.
Right. So Walmart's the one making the payment. It's not like small contributions, one-time contributions. It's all the money goes into their holding cell, into their bank accounts, which they're probably making insane amounts of interest.
So let's say they have $100 million
In
held
donations.
up for a year. I mean, Walmart probably got more than that in just donations.
Right, let's just say-
that
yeah.
they're holding for a year. You think that's just in a bank account?
No,
that $100 million, they're investing that.
Right. It's
they're
getting
making
turned around.
money on
They
it.
just know that at the end of the year, they have to take $100 million and donate it to St. Jude's.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, that's fine. We're going to have $100 million. I know that.
But these $12 million we made off the interest of this, that's going
Probably
in our pocket.
more than
Well,
that
I'm
at
just-
100. Yeah,
I'm
obviously
just
we don't.
throwing-
Yeah. Let me get my calculator out.
But yeah, there you go.
So there's a lot of scams out there. Like there was another one I was going to talk about. I was going to bring up, but Gap Insurance
Oh, that's
is
the
a huge scam. There's so many scams that like you have exposed me to, and you're like,
How much
that's
did you pay for your Gap insurance?
on what?
Your motorcycle.
Oh God, probably like $3,000. But then I got it canceled because you
Yeah.
showed me the way.
You know
You're
what? If I called my when I was paying for my own car insurance, I called my insurance company and asked them, "Hey, how much did you put Gap insurance?" They're like $1. No, I'm like, no. They're like $1 more a month is all it is.
Right.
And your dealerships,
But how did you get that? You get that from going. So the way that you do that, you taught me.
your regular
about the
insurance company will give it to you. Don't ever get it from the dealership.
Right, but from the dealership, when they want to give you, what is it, the extended warranty? What is that thing that they put you on?
Oh, they try to get you extended warranty. Just keep saying no.
You just keep saying no, and they're like, So I just bought an SUV, and you were like, if they're asking about the warranty,
Say no.
just keep saying no.
Say no.
And so I kept saying no, and the guy was like, well, it's going to tack on. At first, it was like it's going to tack on $150 a month. And I was like, Jesus,
That's a dirty business. Man.
that's insane. $150 for warranty?
Yeah.
Forever for the rest of my loan?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I'm like, no.
And people will be
And
like, okay.
he goes, okay, well, it's a used car. And I was like, no. And then, he goes, okay, well, let me see what I can do. I'm like, okay, you can see what you want to do. And he's like, how about $44 a month?
No.
Nope. And he was like,
Come on, man.
and I was like, no, And then he came back and said, okay, well, let me see what I can do. Comes back. How about $25? I'm actually working a special right now. How about $25 a month? No. Literally just keep saying no. The thing is, people are afraid to be socially awkward. They think they're being awkward by saying no. Just fucking say no.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I've got all the warranty for like $4 a month
Yeah.
on my bill.
I got $6 on mine once. Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll do $4 a month. I'll take it from $320 to $324.
I'll tell you, that car buying business is just a dirty business.
Just
man.
all business is dirty, dude.
That's
They're
really dirty,
That is
though.
really dirty. I hate that. You know what they do? They get the piece of paper out and they bring it to the table, and the guy pulls out the Sharpie and he starts circling everything really fast. Anytime anybody in negotiation is trying to sell you something and they pull out a Sharpie and they start circling things on a piece of paper, they're full of shit. You stand up and you walk away.
Yeah.
But I bought a car from that guy that was circling all this stuff because my wife was. I told Madison, because Madison was there with me, and I told her on our way out, I was like, next time I buy a car, first off, we got a great deal. But I told her, I said, next time we buy a car, you're not coming with me. And she's like, why? I was like, because
People buy out emotions.
I have no problem, because I got fucked over when I bought a motorcycle at 20 years old at 18% APR. I learned the hard way. Okay. I know about buying cars. So I find every salesman is the scum of this earth.
Yeah.
And I treated the guy that way, and he was blown away because I walked in and I was just doing all these crazy different things. And the one person that was not on my side was Madison, because I kept being like, no. And Madison was like, no, come on, like, let's buy the. I was like, no. And so she was actually the one person going against my game plan. I could have got a much better deal if Madison wasn't there. So I told her, I was like, next time, just let me go down there and take care of it by myself. Maybe I'll bring CJ and like he'll have him in the stroller and be like, I'm a single dad. And I'll start pulling I'll pull some scummy shit.
You're taking money out of this baby's mouth.
Yeah. He's got to pay for braces. And I really want this Tesla.
I want a Tesla. Cool.
Anything else?
I think that was good for the week.
Let's see.
Anything else you want to bring
Let me
up?
see if I got anything else.
I don't even remember what's on my thing anymore.
No, I'm good. I think this is a good light episode.
Yeah, after yesterday.
Yesterday was crazy. We're going to be releasing someday. We'll release the actual episode 2.
The lost episode.
The lost episode. It was wild. Like my wife and Morgan. So both your daughters were here listening to us just going off, and it was bad. And they were both not happy with how it turned out. They were.
Oh, really? I haven't heard it. I don't want to hear it.
I've heard some. No. Just from them listening to us do it live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We were slurring our words.
They were not happy with it. They were like, "Don't post that. That's not good.
Okay.
Like you guys look like idiots." So
that's not what
that's
we
fine.
want.
No. I
By
like
any
this.
means.
This is honestly better.
Yeah.
I think we're a little bit. Obviously with all the equipment, everything's great.
Our production value is getting better, by the way.
Our production value is getting much better. We're hoping to get a third person in here who can run the videos and like the talking points and stuff. That's going to be coming soon, within the next month or so. I think our friend is moving out here, but yeah, I think we're good.
Much better than yesterday.
Much better than yesterday. Yesterday, I finished the episode feeling dirty. I felt dirty when we were done. I
left.
You didn't feel anything.
I
'cause you
left
were
yesterday's
numb.
episode feeling dehydrated.
But this was a good episode. I think we got
Think so. Good.
I think everything was good. So
Let's go eat tacos.
Yeah, let's eat some tacos. Thank you, anybody that is listening. I know that we
Hey,
have
our 7 subscribers.
yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to 7 subscribers. Hopefully, we can get a couple more.
We got 39 views.
Yeah, we have 39 views on our first video. Hopefully, we can up those numbers. I know all the feedback.
Those are rookie numbers.
Those are baby numbers for sure. But all the feedback I got from our first video was good, was positive from our friends.
You think they're just saying that, or like?
And that's what I'm thinking too. That they have to tell me like good job. But I think most of my friends know me that I could take legit criticism and that I'm looking for legit criticism.
Dude, we're figuring this out as we're going. How many times have we been to Best Buy to buy a cord for this or a cord for that?
Right.
Or
we know nothing.
We're figuring it out as we go.
I know nothing about any of this stuff, but I love tech, so I've had a blast figuring it out. But no, I think that the feedback was genuine, especially from like our friends and our family.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can get. I hope we can get like a unique subscriber. That's like my next goal. I want to get like a unique subscriber, someone who was like.
We have to do something for them, like send them a
if we
Chick-fil-A
get
gift card.
If you subscribe to this video and you don't personally know us, first off, if you personally know us and you're not subscribed, I will fucking kill you if I find out you're not subscribed. Right, Kelly?
Yes. We will kill you.
Murder you.
But
if you don't know us and you subscribe to this video, we'll definitely give you a shout out next episode for sure. Because that would just be awesome that someone thinks we're doing.
Maybe even send you like a Chick-fil-A gift card if you give us your address.
All right. Well, Kelly
someday
will pay for it.
Our first person that we don't know, like someday, hypothetically, like we have like 1 million listeners. I don't know, like our
that's a big number.
That is. I know it is. I'm just,
okay.
Just go with me here. I'm dreaming.
Come on,
man. We'll go to that person's house and say, this was the first person who believed in us. And we'll do a podcast.
Okay, sure. So we need to take note. If you're our first new subscriber, unique subscriber, we'll take note of that and we'll keep it secret. Yes. And then one day we'll surprise them if we keep going on with this.
Sounds good.
But I had a blast, Kelly. This was a good episode. I think we did good. So I'm actually gonna play some dumb music right now, and I'm gonna close this out. We'll see you next time. This is probably not the right. Let's do this one. All right, let's close out to
Juan's intro music.
This is to Juan's intro music.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
See you next week.
Bye.